Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are live, brother. We are live.
Friday night, baby. Where would you rather be? Let's go.
Well, look, I would rather be here, but I know there's a big game going on tonight at Small Ball.
That's right.
Uh, we're gonna talk about that after we finish with our guests. But okay, we're here live. Welcome to High School Basketball Weekly. I am your host, Glenn Poole Harding, here with my co-host and partner.
Brian Reichert.
Y'all know what it is. High School Basketball Weekly. We got a goodie. Two special guests. So y'all sit back and get ready for the show. You heard? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, I'm just gonna jump right in it, man. Apologize for us being on late here at 8:30, but we here, so we not late. Um, look, I met these two gentlemen that we're about to bring on. I think it was last weekend. Um, they ran an amazing basketball camp. Now, me, you know, being invited to the BC camp, 5-star camp, being part of the MBPA committee, top 100 camp, after being away from basketball all these years and seeing that how much of a high level of basketball has entered our spectrum of sports right now, and seeing how things are ran, I got that same feeling when I entered this camp last weekend. The euphoria of basketball, the smell of greatness, that competition level at a high, level where the gears and the motors are well oiled and the engines are running at a high capacity. These guys put on such a great camp for the weekend for New York City metropolitan area. I said, you know what? Got to bring these guys on the show and promote them to the best of my ability and let everybody know what's going on with these guys, because soon everybody's going to know about this camp. Okay. And I know it's already well known because I just found out about it this year, and I've been doing basketball as 5 years and they've been doing it for 3 years. And I just found out about it this year. Something's wrong. Because everybody needs to be knowing what's going on. And I know you went down there, right, Coach?
You know, I've known about these guys for a couple years, and it's funny. Shout out my guy, Real Scout. He kind of put me on these guys and said, "Hey, these guys are kind of doing some good stuff with some young guys." And I kind of looked into it, because you hear so many different things.
Yeah.
But as soon as I saw like the crop of kids and the attention to detail and who these guys were, I was like, I got to take this seriously. So I know this has kind of been brewing this episode, and as soon as you brought these guys up, I was so excited to have them on. So I can't wait to get this episode going. These guys are great, and they're really doing it like under the radar and really doing something special. So I like to protect this camp, and I'm really glad that you got to check it out, man.
We got to protect this camp at all costs.
yeah, absolutely.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And who we're talking about? We're talking about the founders of the ILTD Skills Camp, Isaiah, Lewis, and Trey Dickerson. Let's bring them on, y'all.
What's going on?
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening, fam?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? Appreciate y'all having me.
Good.
For
Man,
sure.
listen, brother. Let me tell you, and it goes a little bit deeper. So I'm talking to Isaiah Lewis, and he's telling me about his family, who his family played. And I'm saying to myself, this is crazy. So your dad plays for my coach. We shared the same coach. Won't say mine. We shared the same coach. and your brother played for my point guard.
Yeah.
Right? And then my point guard says today, tell Isaiah he's not from Cornelius because he didn't come to Lincoln. He went to Christ the King. Oh, it's crazy. Right? And then he goes, oh, yeah, I know about Trey too because I try to recruit Trey.
It's like, nah, for real.
So you all could have been Lincoln guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, listen, man. Welcome to the show, fellas. Welcome to the show, man.
Appreciate you having us, man. For sure.
Appreciate you.
No doubt. Hey, look. Okay, let's jump right into this, right? What made you guys decide to start this camp?
I'm gonna go first. So originally, I've known Trey since I was about, I don't know, maybe like 6, 7 years old. He was playing with S. Dot Carter back in the days. A lot of people that was Jay-Z's AAU team. He had an AAU team back in the days, and they were really good. A lot of the top guys from New York City played with them, and I was playing with the Long Island Lightning, Shandu McNeil, Dana Dangle, and those guys. And me and Trey would always play against each other because we like being in the championship or the playoffs or the IS8s, all of those type tournaments. And we just became close. We just became friends and close. And I've known him for a while. We had similar paths in terms of Trey went to Christ the King as well. A lot of people don't know that. He went there for you. I'm not gonna talk for him, but I'm gonna just tell you my how I got close to him. He went for a year, and then he left. So when that happened, I think we became closer because he wasn't here no more. He was in California. He gonna get to that part, but he was in California. So we'd always talk. I'm telling him what's going on at Christ the King, basketball, girl talk, all of that stuff. And like I said, it made us closer. And so, now to fast forward to our pro careers, 3 years ago, I think like Trey Williams was at like Bosnia or something like that playing. I think so.
I was in Bosnia or something like that.
Right, and I was playing in Uruguay, and we was just chopping it up, man, and we was just like, yo, how can we make an impact in New York City? Like, we both got really good basketball resumes, well known, all of that stuff. And Trey was like, man, we need to start with the youth. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. He was like, listen, I think if we both do it together, we do this middle school thing, we just promote it a little bit or whatever, you know what I mean, and do it like that, I think we could start something up. And I was like, yo, that's some good stuff. And so, we kind of just was thinking about it, putting it together, and then, we kind of fully put it together 3 years ago. And I was like, man, listen, we gonna make a Instagram page. I'm gonna reach out to the people I know. You reach out to the people you know, and let's figure it out. And that's kind of how it started from from my end.
Yeah, nah, it definitely started like that. Like I knew Isaiah since I was a kid. He always played up because he was 2013 class. I was 2012, and then we always been like close friends. Like he always played up, played his age, and always did his thing. And then when I moved to Cali, a lot of the top ring guys that was from Cali used to talk about him because he was the top ring guy in New York. So I used to be like, yo, that's my man. And then I used to call Isaiah. We used to talk about some of the plays in Cali, and then we was going on our overseas journeys, talking through every other day in college or every day. We used to talk about what's going on and stuff like that, our journeys. And then, when we had that talk, he was like, yo, I'm gonna hit some people up because we was trying to figure out a way, like, yo, the city kind of need we need to like help the youth a little more. Like, a lot of kids got talent, but they being misguided. So, if we could put something back and give a little experience of what we went through and where we feel like what we would have did different, then we kind of doing our job.
Yeah.
Now, like with you guys being players, do you feel like that is kind of really separated your camp? Because that's what I would say is like the best part. I feel like the kids are getting something out of this camp. I feel like they're learning stuff, and I feel like you're also like showcasing them the right way. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Between you guys, do you feel like you being players and kind of going through it? That something you guys kind of focus on? Is kind of how to showcase these kids the right way that show up and really work hard in your camp?
I think that's 100% what it is. I mean, a lot of the kids are trying to get to, where we've been, rather
Yeah,
be Division 1, playing professionally, being, nationally ranked, whatever it may be, getting recruited, whatever it may be. So I think, you know what I mean. Like I had a kid, Nas Hilario, who came to the camp literally Sunday after the camp was over. He hit me up. He was like, "Listen, I appreciate everything. What do you think I need to work on?" You know what I'm saying? So I think the kids understand the fact that we're young, right? Like
yeah,
they've looked at whatever our highlights, where we played, the things we've done, whatever, and us being relatable, right? So it's not like we're like, you know what I mean. And no disrespect to the older guys in the game, but it's not like we're older and like, you know what I mean. We are pretty much relatable. Listen, I've been there, I've done that, I know what you're going through, whatever it may be, and so they understand that, and I think that that helps us to a T because, like I said, us being young and them understanding that we could really relate to them. So
I
Yeah,
saw that.
yeah. I think exactly what Isaiah said too. Is like when we do the camp, it's like before we have the camp, I know Isaiah and I would tell them like, we're not gonna go out here and just chuck up shots and stuff like that because at the next level, the levels y'all want to get to, they're not looking for that. Like we're gonna tell y'all what they're looking for from what we just went through with coaches, whether it's European style play basketball, whether it's college, was his, and we both played at the JUCO level and the D1 level. So,
yep,
so just teaching them the right way to play and what's going to be expected of you. I think that's key. And I think a lot of guys, that super talented just think one way of playing, and then when we start telling them and what a coach is going to expect of you and stuff like that, I think that's how we help them get to the next
yep.
level.
Mhm, mhm.
Now I seen that the atmosphere and the motivation and the way that you guys connect with the players, and again, when the younger guys are a little bit more closer to the age, right? You know,
For sure.
y'all give off a different kind of vibe than they looking at an older person who's probably like, even though you guys could be their parents, but on the older level, they looking at like, okay, nah, these guys, they just got finished playing ball. So
You're
they
right.
already know, right? It's not like, yo, in your era or my era, right?
Right.
It's
Right.
like
yeah.
y'all eras are not too far off.
Yep.
I saw, what I saw that impressed me the most was the motivation. Every time I looked at Trey, you had a smile on your face. You was geeked, right? You was, you know what I'm saying? Saw Zay just, analyzing the whole picture and the aesthetics of everything that was going on. You got Josiah over there coaching, right? You got Damon, right? All the coaches, all the young coaches that was out there motivating the kids to get better. And guys had smiles on their faces, right? And a lot of times, when we look at our kids, there's a lot of frowning and yelling going on and a lot of bad bantering. I didn't see that.
Mhm.
And that was another thing that kind of stood out to me that I was very impressed about. How long did it take y'all to come up with the concept of what y'all wanted to do? And just tell me some of the processes that y'all went through to get to where y'all to where y'all got to y'all first year.
Honestly, it didn't really take long. I mean, it didn't because of the connections, right? So obviously, like, I know, a lot of, and I've gotten this question so many times. Yo, how do you get Basketball City? Well, I know, I know a couple of people that know the owner of Basketball City. You see what I'm saying? So now that's a different type of talk, right? The owner. I'm not going through third parties
It's a
like the
fact.
owner. So you know what I mean, and I know it's really tough to get Basketball City. Like NBA guys have tried, it's tough. So I'm fortunate enough, to have some people in my corner that knows the owner. That's like when I brought it to him, you know what I mean. And Trey, we brought it to him. It was like this is a no brainer. So in terms of, because that's like the first line of thing, like where we gonna do it at, right? So when I kind of put that in my mind and said, listen, that'd be the perfect spot. First of all, it's right in the middle. You got Manhattan, you got the Bronx, you got all of that if you keep going. If you go back that way, you got Brooklyn, you got Queens, right? So it's right in the middle. Then the scenery of it, right? We had got, like I said, we had two guys come from, a kid came from Rhode Island this year, a kid came from Philadelphia this year and last year. They love that type of stuff, right? Right on the water, etc. I see the dads taking pictures and all of that stuff. So it's bigger also as to why we chose Basketball City as well, because of that from that standpoint. And then, like, you know what I mean, with Trey, with the other stuff in terms of, we started with shirts our first year, right? Like we had shirts. Trey was just like we had shirts, and then it was just like, I got friends that are in, so CNC, the little logo
Yes.
that's one of my friends' brands that I play AAU with. You know what I'm saying? So like now when we start connecting the dots, I'm going through like real friends, Trey going through real friends to try to put everything together. And so that's why I said it didn't really take as long, because we kind of had, I'm like, all right, cool, I know him. I could see if he could give me that Trey. Like, yeah, I know him. I could see. And so we just put it together, then boom. And then August is a perfect month because everything is kind of finishing in terms of AU and all of that. And it's right before school. So this
Yeah.
is like the last thing. We try to do it to where this is the last, it's like your last chance, right? To kind of put your name on the map before you go into your your seventh, eighth grade year, or for some kids, sixth grade year, to try to get known, for these guys to know who you are, and then take off. And so, like that's kind of how we started. I know Trey got some stuff for you too, but from my end, it
Yeah,
didn't really take as long.
yeah, nah, it definitely didn't take long. We really just was thinking about when and where at first,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna give Isaiah props because at first we was thinking like I was like, should we do it in a park? And we like, nah, that ain't like, you can't
Nah,
really control no kids' safety in a park.
That's
So
a
Isaiah
fact.
was like, yo, Basketball City, it's a good vibe. It's right there on the water. We got kids who coming in from out of state. It's like some of them kids stayed in the city, like Isaiah said, in a hotel
yeah.
for the weekend. So it's a good getaway for the family and stuff after the camp. And
Mhm.
then we was like, Basketball City, that's a great environment, like great facility. And they had everything there for us. Like you could put the Gatorades in the coolers and stuff like that, all the extra stuff. So Isaiah was like, yo, I know the owner of Basketball City. So that's how we kind of locked that in. And then the time was the main thing, was like August, like Isaiah said, with the AAU and stuff. Because some kids come to the camp without a high school and then they end up leaving with one. Like
Yep.
a lot of kids
We had that
ended
happen
up getting
too.
recruited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Like
We
a lot
our
of kids
first
end up
year.
getting
Yep.
seen. Yeah, they end up getting seen, and then I appreciate y'all because this high school recruiting me. So now I'm going ahead. So that's good to hear. And then, like Isaiah said, the first year, the shirts, it was just like it was our first year, so we were starting up, and then Isaiah and I, we met, and we was just like, we'd rather do the chess and checkers, and the reversibles. So now when they played from the first year, I think we was doing like shirts and skins because
Yeah, yeah,
everybody had the
yeah.
same color shirts.
Yeah.
Right, right.
So we had like, we was like,
And
that's too confusing. Like we gotta mix it up a little bit. And then
mm-hmm.
yeah, that's pretty much was it.
And then like Trey, can you give us an insight of how you kind of do like player selection, or kind of how you guys went about trying to get some of the top end kids that are kind of in seventh and eighth grade? Because you guys are definitely doing a great job of showcasing some of those top names, and it's really awesome to see where they're going, because with so much of this transfer portal happening, like New York City needs a lot of these 2029s to step up. They really do. And there's
Mm-hmm.
plenty of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so with the player selection, Isaiah and I, we just met, we talked, and like he said, it was a lot of friendships. So, Isaiah played AU with, he started off with Lightning, but he ended up playing with teams in like New England and Albany City Rock. So it's connections everywhere with kids from, like, you might have a kid from upstate that nobody, like, people heard his name, but they didn't get to see him play. You might
Yeah.
have a kid from Philly. That's how Rocky Johnson came about. So it just was about, reaching out to our peers and stuff like that, getting them to come to the camp, and then figuring out which kids we wanted to match up, or we want to see Ian Archibald versus Rocky Johnson. And that was a way for Rocky Johnson to, blow his name up. and Isaiah
Yeah.
talking to his parents and stuff like that too, because he's still middle school kid, so gaining a relationship and building trust with the parents to get them to come, and Isaiah and I, we just kind of tried to do that and told them we think it's a great opportunity for the kids.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, I think the piggyback, it's connections, and I think I'm really in tune with the fact that I'm like I recruit too. Like I'm watching the Instagrams.
Yeah.
I'm watching and a lot of people don't know, like, so I hung my sneaks up last year. So I coach now. I coach AU. I coach on the May hoop circuit. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
seeing a lot of these kids as well. So when I'm coaching my teams and stuff. So I'm in the middle school. I'm in that. I got an 8th grade team. I got a 7th grade team. So I'm seeing these 7th grade kids and 8th grade kids and some of these 6th grade kids, these 2031s, where I'm like, yo, yeah, I need him to come to New York because we blow him up. That kid got a chance. So
Yeah.
I got a little bit of a head start because I'm actually on the circuit as well, seeing these kids. But a lot of it is just like a college coach. You look at their social medias. You check out the highlights. You see if they can actually fit for what we doing, because we know once you come to camp, and I tell the kids, once you come, right, you get that jersey and your teams is called, it's on you to make your name. We're not doing the whole political, like we putting you with this team and making sure you with that big fella.
Yep.
Nah, like
Yep.
it's literally and me and my dad was just talking about this.
It's like a
It's literally
combine, right?
yeah, it's the ABCD camp of middle school.
Yes, that's a
It's the
fact.
ABCD camp
That's
of
a
middle school.
that's a fact.
I'm
That's
telling
a
you.
fact.
Right.
And in
Yep.
New York City, so
In New York City.
right. So when we used to go on the camp, it was always away.
Right.
It's never in New York City, in the
Right.
city.
Right.
So
Yep.
this is a
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, it's the first, and so you come here, you making it, like, in terms of like with the kid like Ian Archibald, he's one of the best sophomores in the country. He's at Blake Academy. He plays with Deron Rippey.
Yeah.
You got Amir Dockery.
Yeah.
Amir came. He didn't even have a school at the time. He didn't know what he was doing. He came, Nick Real Scout posted him up. He was going to Eagle. We had a kid, Andrew Jenkins, and these are kids that were a first batch. Andrew Jenkins, he about 6'4", combo guard. He literally picked up 4 or 5 schools from the camp, Malloy, Jefferson, and all of these schools. He ended up choosing Jefferson. So, the purpose of it is the ABCD camp, but also me and Trey talked about it. Nah, we want to bring coaches in here. Let's bring them all in here. Let's see who, what I'm saying? Because now it's a hub. Like this, so we went from the first year we had Malloy came, Jefferson, Cardinal Hayes, and like another school, 4 schools. Last year we had a couple of more. This year, Stepinac, South Kent, Iona Prep, Christ the King. So it's like, the word's getting out. The
Yeah.
coaches understand that this is the hub. This is where you can come and actually speak to the parent, because this is high school level. You speak to the parents. You can say, "Listen, this is what I got for you. This is what I got," and we had it happen this year. So it's a great thing, man. I don't see why this thing in the next 2 years doesn't go, even more crazy than it is. You know what I mean? So
Listen, watch next year. The gym is gonna be flooded.
yeah. Like we
Trust
here for it.
Trust me.
You're gonna have to have like
if
a
we have anything to
PSAL
do with
day
it,
and a cafeteria
that's
day.
right. When we get finished promoting you guys, and I'm serious about this, fellas. Like, I think New York City needs a lot more of this. A lot of people coming together to help, push everybody up to the next level. Because as the game grow, our kids need to grow, right?
Yep.
Our kids need the information. And a lot of times the kids and the parents don't have the information.
They don't. Yeah.
Where do they get it from?
Right now.
Do they get it from the street hustlers? Do they get it from the handlers? Do they get it from the guy who was a street dude and now he's, getting his life together? Now he want to be in the basketball space and he think he know what the hell is going on, and he really don't. He just feeding them game because they know there's money involved in this thing now, right?
Mm-hmm.
What now? Again, seeing you guys, I came in and the end of peeped in from the sessions that y'all had, and y'all was just breaking up and starting to do the games, right? Are y'all gonna provide any kind of or do y'all have, maybe I didn't see it, any educational pieces, right? What it takes to stay to being eligible, and be college ready, all of those things that maybe kids and parents don't know about, or is it too soon?
So we and Trey could attest to this. We had, you know, a couple of former pro. So I don't know if you've seen Vincent Council in the gym. I don't know if
Yes.
you've seen him.
Yeah.
Right. So VC was a little shy this year, but I told him he can't be. So Vincent Council, Russ Smith was you know, he had some stuff going on. Durant Scott. So to answer your question, we have a couple of you know, our OGs, so to speak, that did it before we did. That, you know, are gonna come back, you know, and explain these type of things, because I think that, you know, in 2 days, you got to try to give them as much information as you can, but we also understand that they want to come and showcase their talents as well, right? So, you know, Vince was supposed to kind of do that this year, but when he seen that 90 or 95 kids we had, he was like, hey, I don't know. And he seen they could really play. He seen they could really play. So we are gonna kind of integrate that into it. Like, so basically that's like our guest speaker type session or whatever. For next year, we're gonna try to, you know, make that a thing though. This year was like, VC, you gonna do it? Nah, man. All right, cool. And then we kind of just like brushed it off. Next year we're really gonna, because that's one of the main things too with these kids. It's like they start, you know, getting ready for high school and stuff like that, and all of them want to go to the Christ the Kings, the Step and Acts, all of that. But it's like, yo, can you get in? Can you get eligible? I'm not gonna say his
Exactly.
name, but we had a kid this year, right now, really, really good, right? 3 schools called me about him over the last 3 days, and they're like, Zay, we really like him, but we can't get him in. So it's just so it's like, and you know, it's probably not the kid's fault in terms of, you know, whatever he's got going on, you know,
Yeah.
at home, whatever, he's not getting the right. But so we gotta be, you know, the guys to tell him, you know what I mean, so that way he can take that information and rely that back to mom, dad, whoever it is. Like, listen, we need to get this fixed, because I got 3, 4 really good Catholic school opportunities that I probably can't get into right now. So, you know what I mean? I think that's something we definitely gonna get into. And it was definitely supposed to happen this year, but VC got scared on us, man. I hope you don't see this, man. He got scared on
now, now we definitely now I definitely want to give you credit for that, because you do run into a lot of kids who, like, they have talent, and like a lot of these kids that come to the camp, we don't just deal with them when they're in middle school. Like, they
us.
calling Isaiah, they calling me in high school asking for advice and stuff like that. And the main thing is, you know, the worst thing I tell kids, and Isaiah, I know that does the same, is when a kid starts getting an opportunity and then you pop up missing a credit that you didn't even know you needed, just so you could go to the next level. Because I know we had a couple kids who, you know, that we just helped, that it wasn't even part of the camp, that, you know, they had opportunity to go D1 and then they was missing 2 core classes. So I think we definitely, you know, at the end, we definitely have a guest speaker come talk about the requirements and what you need. And I think the last few years it kind of been a little mixed up, because the NCAA been so in circles with changing the rules and changing
Yeah.
what you need. Like, it's been changing a lot. Like, you know, so
And
definitely
and
looking
and
forward
and
to that.
and not to cut him off real quick, to piggyback, like, we really help these kids outside of the camp. Like, that's why we post the alums and we do all of that stuff. Like, get
Did he
it mixed
freeze?
up too, because
Okay.
you know how New York City is.
Right.
Guys do events, and it's just like, yo, I had that kid come to my event, right? We're really into it to where, you know, we want to help the kid make the right college decision, right? Like, nah, that might not be the school for you. Like, they play this way, you like not that type of play, right? Or you know what I mean? Like with the NIL stuff, we got, you know, a couple kids we've helped with NIL stuff. So we get a little deeper than, oh, he just came to my camp. And you know what I mean? Like, no, we really invested in really trying to help these kids. Like, we had 3 NIL firms at the camp, like agents at the camp. You know what I'm saying? So, like, because it's starting in middle school, and a lot of
Yeah.
people don't understand with the whole portal stuff, with the reclassifying stuff, with all of that stuff, with these coaches wanting an older kid now. It's starting now. There is no more like, wait till you get to high school. Like, no, like, you know what I mean? It's starting right now. So, you know what I mean? We got to make sure we give these kids the information on what they should be asking, the moms and dads that really don't know what's going on. Listen, you should be asking for this. Don't go on that visit without, your coach. Don't do this. So we try to build that up because we've literally been through it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. And I think that is a fantastic thing that you brought up, Pooh, about them helping these guys with college. But just from talking to these guys right here, you could see it, Pooh. A lot of these kids need help in middle school as well. You know what I mean? They have no idea that they need to take a test to get into the kind of school. They gotta have grades. I think not only helping them down the road, but I think if you guys could definitely focus on becoming experts at that, getting them into high school level too, that would be huge for these kids because you could see some parents and kids are already struggling with that, and it's in seventh, eighth grade.
yeah,
So that's definitely a big thing happening in the city. You don't want to
yeah.
lose an opportunity as an eighth grader.
Oh,
You
for
know,
sure. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, for sure. It's
And
so
what
it's
about the
so
illusion
much.
of grandeur, right? When the kid goes, yeah, I want to go to Christ the King, and they're stacked over there, right? Do we kind of tell kids, go somewhere where you can play, or go somewhere with a traditional right fit, or just
yeah.
make sure you get to the school with the name, and hopefully things will work out? Like, how does
Right.
that y'all balance that out and giving y'all information?
You got it. You got to keep it real with them. Like I said, I mean, it's so much stuff happening from last week. I'm still getting calls and texts right now from coach, and it's like, and I'm even telling some of the coaches, I'm like, listen, coach, I don't think this kid can play at your level, or now this kid will be really good. He like, yeah, I'm gonna try to, and so like, right, I'm dealing with a kid right now that was at the camp, really good player. Moms and the parents have no clue. They like say like, we need you, right? And so I'm like, that's fine. Like that's what I'm here for. And I'm breaking down, each thing that they should be looking for, grades, even distance is even to that point. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
you don't want the kid waking up 5 in the morning to get to school and whatever, I don't know, in the Bronx, and he's a Queens kid, like,
Yeah. Is he
or,
capable of that? Is he
yeah.
capable of getting up every morning extra early,
Right.
right?
Right. So it's like, yeah, okay, the school may have scholarship money for you and all of that. And and the school may be, a really good school. They play a really good schedule, and and maybe some varsity minutes for the kid right away, but does it make sense?
Yeah.
Like just in just in turn, like I said, grades, distance, all that doesn't make sense. So I'm and I'm pretty sure Trey could attest that I'm looking at all angles of it, because for people that don't know, when I decided to go to Christ the King, see, I lived in the Lower East Side. It was one train. I took the
Yeah.
M train, 14 stops. That was it. So I was able to get up 7 in the morning to be to school 7:45. That was cool. You know what I'm saying? So but that was a factor. That was something that we
Yeah.
looked at when I was making that power move, because I'm a Coney Island kid. You know what I mean? So it's just things like that you got to look at, and it got to make sense.
Yeah, I think the main thing too is knowing the kid, like the parents knowing your kid, and also was building a relationship, because some kids can't take hard coaching at the highest levels,
Yep.
That's
and
a
not
fact.
especially at that age, at the middle school. Some kids go there, they have the potential, and they could go there and shut down because they just not ready for it yet. These still kids, they still maturing as we
Mm.
talking about them. So I say, like, the main thing is knowing the kid also, and knowing what situation you send them to. Like Isaiah said, you got some of the high level schools, and then you have some of the schools that, you might be a little better at a Brooklyn Collegiate, or you might be a little better here, because they're gonna actually build and grow with you. So it's knowing the kid a lot too,
Yep.
knowing what kind of head coach you're dealing with, their personality, what they expect from their players, and also doing your research. Like, how many kids have they produced in the last couple of years? Do they make sure their kids go to college? And it's not just Division 1, because everybody can't go Division 1. So
Facts.
it's like, that's the main thing. Like, even if, all right, so if it ain't the Division 1 kids, are they still sending kids to college, or is it just about D1 and that's it? Because at the end of the day, the goal is to go to school for free, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And Pooh, I just want to ask these guys another question too. You saw these guys, you've seen the camp for 3 years. What do you think of the kind of pressure that the kids in your camp are kind of under, especially going to some of these schools? Some of these guys are going to be expected to not only be a part of the rotation, some of these kids might start, they're replacing some legends. I mean, we just had a couple schools graduate 4-year point guards. You know, this next crop is apparently really, really talented. What do you think of the pressure that these kids are under in that kind of class? And do you think that these kids are kind of capable of stepping up and having big years in the PSAL and the Catholic League coming up?
Trey, go ahead, Trey.
I think the biggest thing is, you know, when you invest into a kid, a lot of these coaches is looking for fast production.
Yeah.
So if you give scholarship money back to a kid, you're expecting him to come in and do something towards helping the team, right? So I think that they're dealing with the pressure of being good right away, especially with the Catholic schools. Like PSAL is like, all right, it's public schools, so they're not paying anything to go there. So, you know, unless it's like, you know, a high level school that's playing a lot of top competition. But I think that's mainly the main thing, because now you have it right now where every coach in kind of ways want players to be good right now. A lot of coaches, you know, it's rare you run into a lot of coaches that's trying to build players. So, you know, I would say that just, you know, coming in and being ready right away. Because like you said, I think a lot of those kids that was at the camp, a lot of them have the potential and opportunity, and they're gonna play a lot on varsity right away.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, I think I think a lot of pressure for this reason right here. The transfer portal.
Yeah.
The transfer portal, because I think a lot of college coaches, right? They're gonna go portal, junior college, and then high school. And you better be playing with a really good AU team. So like the options right now are so limited to when me and Trey was playing. See, like transferring 2 and 3 times, you were like labeled, like because me and Trey did it. Me and Trey did it, like right. So you were labeled. Now that's a thing.
It's
So I think,
encouraged.
yeah, I think now, right, the college coach wants the older kid. That's number one, right? Number two, they want a kid that's already proven, meaning even if you went to LIU and got 3 minutes a game, you were at LIU. So they're gonna take you, right? So I think high school right now and playing right now and producing right now come with a lot of pressure if you're a freshman. It's a lot of kids that was at our camp that's going to them middle of the pack CHSAAs that's gonna be looked at to play 25 a night, and it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you got for us? So
Yeah.
I hope that they understand that. And a lot of times I was preaching this to a lot of those guys. I'm like, listen, all else fails, playing hard is a talent, right? So like the shot may not fall, and but you may be a 6'6" 2 guard, and it looks good, sounds good, but you got to play hard. Like you just got to play hard, because unfortunately y'all are in really hard times with a college coach. They don't want the high school guy right now. That's just what it is. They don't. So I think it's a lot of pressure from that standpoint, right there.
First of all, there's a transfer portal in the high school right now.
Yeah, I heard.
Okay, let's just say that, right?
Yeah.
The kids are starting in high school. 2 years ago, I think it was like 30 when we first started the show. It was like 35 kids. Then last year it was like 40 something kids. This year I think it's gonna be like 60 something kids that's transferred. And last year, there were more Catholic schools leaving, Catholic school kids leaving for public schools and private schools and out of town than any other ever. Like they had a big meeting last year because a lot of their kids was leaving. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy. Yeah.
That it was just like in DEFCON mode. Okay, and a lot of schools are just recovering from that. The only school that didn't lose players was Stepping At.
Yep. Yeah.
Everybody else got depleted.
Yeah, and it's funny because you know what that comes from. That comes from player X watching player Y over there get his game off, and they like, yo, the parents is like, yo, man, nah, man, we going over there, man, because yo, player Y look good, and he picked up a couple, D1, D2s, nah, man, we out. So it's like a monkey see, monkey do kind of thing, but it's also like I'm watching that player. Yeah, he went over there to this school, now he over there, and so nah, we out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I said, it's crazy times now. Me and Trey and all my we wish we was in this era right here.
Oh yeah, trust me.
We
What?
wish.
It would be crazy.
Yeah, this era
Wish
is
we was in
crazy.
this era. This era is
And
sweet.
the main thing is a lot of these coaches are on win now mode. It's no
That's
more
a fact.
I'm building really for the future. So it's like if you don't cut it in the first year or two, they looking to replace you because it's another
Yeah.
batch coming in, like Brian said. And there's a batch of players gonna come in next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
It's almost like a JUCO team at everywhere, right,
Oh, for
guys?
sure.
Especially with your JUCO like experience, it's like a whole new team every year. And then, Pooh, I don't know. Did you have a question about top guys at the camp?
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. But I just want to piggyback on what y'all was saying. Today, we had lunch with my coach and just talking about building for the future. 1983. So let everybody know I'm really OG out here. I was a freshman at Lincoln, and my coach picked. We didn't have JV. There was no JV back then. Actually, there was no JV league in PSL back then. And we didn't have a JV, so it didn't make a difference. Either it was varsity or bus. Lincoln was #1 in the state at the time. And my coach chose 3 freshmen. That's the only guy that made the team that year was 3 freshmen. And what my coach said today was he was planning for the future. And by the time my junior year came, we won my coach's first city championship. Right? Which is amazing because now when we talk about coaches that won it now, and these coaches may never even be in a position to ever win a city championship.
Right. That's the crazy thing about it.
Yeah. You know, living for the moment.
You could ask these guys. You all 3 of you would have transferred out by sophomore year. Today's game.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah.
Go on.
Listen. Like I said, even though me transferring out of Christ King my senior year was probably the worst decision for my basketball career, but let it had not worked out after the first year, my pops would have been like, man, my moms and pops, man, I would have had to hear it so bad. I would have had to hear it so crazy. So no, I agree with that. I do want to challenge the New York City coaches right now. I want to take this time to challenge them, right? I do think that the New York and this is PSA, this is all levels actually. I think we need to get out more. I'm talking about in terms of coaches. I think we need to get out more and branch out more to these college coaches, right? And here's what I mean by that. It shouldn't be that we're gonna have that one kid or those 2 kids that's playing for the Wrens and that's gonna go play Division 1. It's not about really helping those guys. Yeah, you're gonna help them, but it's more that of a directing with them. Yeah, I wouldn't make that decision. They play stuff. What about the kids that are fringe kids? You make a go here, you make a go. We got to start getting those kids to these good JUCOs. And what I mean? I think too much right now. What I'm seeing is the typical 5'10", 6'1" point guard that's not gonna go, that's not playing on the EYBL or the Under Armour or the whatever, right? That's depending on his high school to really get looks. After high school, he's kind of cooked because it's like the high school coach don't really know too many people that he can really branch off to say, listen, this D2 JUCO man, come check my point guard, man. He all city kid, really under the radar. And I'm not saying that it's not happening. I just want to see it a little more. I think some of these middle of the pack kids, they're getting lost because the high schools, the coaches, they don't really network. They don't really know who to call, or they're dependent on an AAU coach, and it's like, well, the AAU coach got 50,000 kids. You know what I'm saying? So like, why don't you go to some of these events and network and meet some of these coaches and shake their hands and look them in the eyes and say, listen, I'd love for you to come to a workout. Just come check my guys. I got some juniors and some seniors. You know what I mean? That and I think if coaches do that a little more, I'm not saying that it's not happening, but a little more, I think we'll have some of those fringe New York City guys, not really lost. You know what I mean? I think some of these kids get lost a little bit because after high school, it's like, yo, I hope I could get a look. Like, nah, man, you know what I mean? You playing for a decent high school, man. Like, let's try to, get you out to one of these D2, D3 JUCOs, whatever it is, prep schools, NAI. My brother played NAI basketball, all conference and all that. He waiting on his first deal to go play overseas right now as we speak. You know what I mean? So it can happen. It's just who's gonna help him.
Facts.
That's all it is. So
No, I'm
Facts.
definitely piggybacking on that because when I went to school in the Midwest, at first I went to JUCO there, Williston, and then I went to Iowa, and then I went to South Dakota, and it was so many schools like in that area, and I was like thinking about kids from back home, and I'm like, yo, this dude he used to give me trouble, and I used to be like, why he like it's like they don't even know about our kids in the Midwest, like. They want to recruit New York, but they don't have no relationship. So, like right now, I got a kid that's in a JUCO in Nebraska that I sent to a D2 JUCO. But if he didn't go there, he probably was gonna go to like a CUNY or something. When we have players who, like Isaiah said, 5'10", 6-foot guards, that's tough, and they could go to those schools and actually go and make a career for themselves instead of they go to this CUNY. Now you go to school with everybody that you went to high school with, kinda, or from your neighborhood. And now you go there, you're not really as focused. It's cool to get away, man, and focus on your career and see where it take you.
right, and it
But
don't
I
gotta be
definitely agree with
Division
that.
One. It don't have to be
It don't.
Division One.
Please
Listen,
say that
It don't.
again.
it
Please
doesn't.
say that
It
again.
don't
Doesn't
have to
have to
be.
be. Doesn't my brother Josiah Lewis was an all city player. He had a couple Division Ones. We're not even gonna get into that. I got a bone to pick with Tiny, but whatever. He was an all he was an all conference player at Mac University in Oklahoma. They loved that kid in Oklahoma. They love. He got his bachelor's degree. It's all good. He played against some Division Ones. He played at the OKC arena where the Thunder play. His experiences, but we always talk about our experiences in college or whatever. So it's
Mhm.
like it's a lot of opportunities, and I know guys, like I got overseas friends that played at schools we never heard about, and they got 8, 9, 10, 11 year careers making good money. Like overseas, though, guys go overseas and they make no, they making really solid money, and they played at schools we never even heard of. You know what I mean? So we really
Yeah.
got to branch off and make these kids understand, like, man, it ain't got to be Division One or Division Two. Or you may go to one of these NAIAs where they got 30 minutes for you somewhere in Minnesota, and go create friends and do that stuff. You'll be loved there forever. Just I go back to Oklahoma all the time. He loved. So that's
Like,
just me, though, man. That's me, man.
Well, that D2 team beat that Syracuse team in the TNT, right? So
Yeah,
we already know that can happen.
right,
Um, but even to bring it back to the high school level, I like to tell these kids, go somewhere where you can display your superpowers,
for sure. Yep,
mm-hmm.
yep, mhm,
right? And then you
No.
can find out what kind of player you are.
yep,
There's this kid, Tyler Romeo from Achievement First,
hmm,
right? That a lot of people never heard about. They won the city championship last year. He didn't play any AAU this summer. Everybody's going to be on him next year. Trust me.
hmm,
They know who he is now.
yeah,
Um, he killed St. Ray's last week. They lost by 1, but you're talking about a 3A team, not even a 4A team,
right,
right? They beat Jefferson by 19. They beat Achievement First by 1.
mm,
So and they didn't have, they were very undersized, but their guards was good. But he was the main reason
right,
why they were able to stay as close and only lose by 1. But he's at a school that allows him to display his superpowers,
right, yep,
right? And he's
exactly.
not someone
Mm-hmm.
that's going to put up 30, 40 shots a game. He was just very consistent and very precise on his scoring, and that helped his game a lot. And I tell kids, go to a high school where you can display that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Because if you're good, they're going to find you. You guys know that.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
and it's important. It's also important where, right, you go to a school where you could play and all of that, but find a coach that's going to challenge you
Yep.
somewhere in that, right? So like, I grew up in Coney Island watching Lance, and his pops would challenge him. Like, he would just challenge him, like, man, you ain't, in the PSL then, it was like Keith Spellman was at Jefferson. Boys and
Yeah.
girls had like Clayton Sterling and Devontae. It was PSL was real. Canarsie was even good. So, and I would just watch, and it was like his pops would find a new challenge every time for him. And then when it came my time, my pop, they would just, you know what I mean. So like challenging you as you're getting better and as you're able to play is preparing you for college. You know what I mean? Because in college you got to be ready. So it ain't much challenge in the college. College, these coaches getting paid $5 million to win, or they're gonna leave you and go to the next school. So you got to be ready.
Well, before we jump into some of the top players, I just want to give the people just a little look behind the scenes with a little video real quick. I'll show a little bit of it so they can kind of see what was going on during you guys' camp. And I think this would be great for our audience to see. All right? Y'all know what it is. Glenn Pooh Harding, Basketball Heads, here at Basketball City. Here to check out the Isaiah Lewis and Trey Dickerson Skills Camp. Man, this is some of the best work I've seen for New York City youth in a long time. So let's go inside and check them out and see what they got going on. All right? Follow me.
The right three. Like, we're not here to watch the tween cross behind Bernard. Bernard, let's get it. We miss, let's run. That's it. 1 or 2 passes, lay up. That's why we was up 12-10 after. Because we was keeping it simple. Now, y'all getting too comfortable and y'all starting to do the extra, and the extra is hurting us. Actually hurting us. Be simple.
What a great message, man.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
And that was his pad. He was drawing up plays. He drew up a play that the kid missed a shot, but the play was perfect. The play was perfect with the kid Tristan Robinson missed the last shot.
Yep. Chris Rob.
Awesome.
So pick it up. Everybody pick it up. We're going to 5,000 on the bench and then again. So y'all got to pick it up too. The second shot. Go. Hey, run on 3. Don't warm up. Run on 3. Wait.
Let's go. A lot of potential. Nice move.
You said you deserve it. I want to hear why.
Oh, good pass,
Eli. Yeah, them two right there, man.
Yeah. The ceiling is high.
Ceiling is high for those two.
The ceiling, listen,
Catch
the
it,
ceiling,
dunk.
let me tell you, last night in my tournament, Breville Basketball League, we had Eli, we had Josiah Narcisse, and Tristan Robinson all on one team. And they played against our AAU team, TDJ Elite. And at the game was close, but after a while, that size and that pressure was just a little bit too much. Yeah. And they walked away with the championship. You know, so that to see that, man. And look, let's just talk about some of the standouts, right? Of the camp. From you guys' perspective, because I know you guys know these kids as well as we do. But let's talk about some of the standouts and some of the people, we'll get to, like some of the most improved and things of that nature, right? Let's start off with you, Trey, and then we go over to you, Zay.
And tell us if you know where they're going. If they have a school yet. I know some of them may not, but if you know, off the top of your head.
Bray, go ahead.
Oh, so I was one of the kids I was talking about with Isaiah. I like the Avion kid because he was on the Georgetown team, and I was kind of like coaching them and then like doing both like until Andre came. But I like the Avion kid a lot. Like he was just like super like he kind of reminded me of what's that kid that went to St. John's a couple years ago? Cabello.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it was
Oh,
Andre
yeah.
Cabello. He
Avion
gave me a lot of
Rodriguez.
those.
Yeah, he going to Cardinal Hayes.
Cardinal Hayes, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Isaiah like real wasn't familiar, but we was talking about him. I was like, man, he gave me a lot of like he was flashy, but he played hard. He made the right play, and I was like, yo, he don't even look like he in 8th grade, like going to 9th. He looked like he was like, going into he could be going into his junior year. He was one of the people. I like the Eli Murray kid too. The Eli Murray kid, he gonna be special. He going to St. Francis Prep, right?
Yes. And the
St.
same
Francis
way he
Prep,
hit 5 threes, that I think he like 4 or 5 threes in a row during the camp. He did that the other night in the semifinals, and he had the crowd going crazy. He hit like 5 threes in a row the other night. It was just sick. The way he's stretching out his game.
Yeah, and at his size, like he gonna keep growing too, and then that was crazy. And then like an underdog I like too was the Grayson Coleman kid. Like I peeped one of his games, and I think he's about to go to Iona Prep. He was like just scrappy, like just going out there getting it. Like he was. That's why I was talking to Isaiah, but I was like, nah, he definitely gotta get an award. Like he was going out there scoring. He was fearless. He made the right plays. I was like, see, like he just got a winning passion about him. Like that's what really stood out to me. Isaiah could go a few.
Yeah. You know this what I tap into, man. This part right here. I really,
and we know you can name so many guys, so just I know you want to name everybody. I know you.
No.
Let them. These kids need all the shine and all the recognition, brother.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna keep y'all long. I mean,
we here. Look, brother, I'm good. Go ahead, man.
JJ Smith Jr. Yeah. So the first day, this kid, he's from Connecticut. 2030.
Y'all was there the first day, yeah.
Man, this kid. I mean, first of all the schools love the kid. He's super strong right now for his age. He could get up. He's got a lot of bounce to his game. The thing about that kid though is he's super humble. Like he was asking me like he played like the sort of first game I put him. He was on the main court against Amari Alamadova. He's another kid, 2030. Heck is his dad. Heck's been around for years, and really good kid, really good player. And I matched them up first game, really good battle. But JJ, he was showing his athleticism and stuff like that. And first thing he comes to me, he goes, say, how did I defend? Was I playing good defense? Like he didn't say nothing about his offense, his dunks, nothing. So yeah, he came and he said, how did I defend? So I was just like, yo, like, you know what I mean? Like it's just and with these kids now with the access of the internet, they get to watch, people's documentaries and stuff like that. And so they, like I said, that's what I was saying we was talking about earlier. These kids have so much of an advantage now because they could see things like that and say, yo, listen, I'm gonna be that. I'm gonna be like that. I'm gonna be humble like that. And I'm gonna be. And so I was super impressed with that kid. I think Jordan Ullman, 2030. He's oozing with potential. So he's really, I think, from Long Island. All of the high schools love that kid. Long arms, lanky kid, super, like potential wise, he's oozing with it. He could kind of do a little bit of everything, but he's like a baby. I think he's like 13 right now. So, that's another thing too. Like not even reclass, none of that. He's just like, you know what I mean? So I think I liked him too. Amari Elevadope, like he's one of those kids that he's just above his years, poised with the rock, don't really make mistakes out there. His upper body strength. He's really savvy. I like him too. Who else? I like Carter Abrahams, Long Island kid, scoring guard, could really score the rock. So the thing is with a lot of these kids too is it's like I'm gonna be watching how their bodies develop, right? Because like a lot of that stuff is gonna come down to like I hope these kids, grow a little more, and obviously some of them haven't hit puberty yet and all of that. So we still got to see all of that stuff. But if some of these kids, put on a couple inches and some pounds, like and I know that's gonna happen with age. I'm telling you,
Like an
we gonna.
Aiden Felix, right? With little Boogie.
Yes, little boy. And the
Yeah.
thing with Boogie, he just got to get a little tall. He get a little taller.
Yeah.
He
So
got
He's a wrap.
that's all.
he
That's
got
all.
some little. I ain't gonna
Cause he a dog. Yeah, he got every. He a dog. My brother Josiah told yeah, Zay. He said, Zeke, it's crazy because he probably was the smallest kid in the camp or one of the smallest kids in the camp. He had about 3 times where a guy drove and threw it to him in a dunking spot, and he finished the layup in a dunking spot. He probably the
Right.
littlest kid in the camp.
Yeah.
So that's just a testament to his heart. However he got the shot off, he got the shot off. But you know what I mean? So
He won MVP of our league.
Really?
He won MVP of our league. Aiden, with all those guys that I named that's in that league,
Yeah.
he averaged the most.
Yeah.
And our crowd loved him because he putting up threes and trapping guys, getting steals.
Yeah.
That guy who has a lot of heart. Somebody who I want to name, Ethan Rulano.
Oh yeah, Ethan. Yeah, I forgot about Ethan. Yeah, Ethan was good.
Ethan had a little mustache too. I was like, yo, son.
Listen, like I said, man, you know they pumping the chicken a little different nowadays.
Right.
You know what I mean. But Ethan's headed to step in that. Another one of those combo, guards. I think he's got a real chance. I think he poised beyond his years. He could play both of those positions.
He got my eyes like this. Yo, this kid, he's good. He's good. Like they're gonna get like another Hassan Josiah Jervis kind of player.
For sure. Yeah. With him, Tristan Robinson, because Tristan's going to step.
What about Jamie Carter? And Jamie Carter?
Yeah. Who? It was one more. I forgot his name. Man, they should be good.
Was it Carson Evans? It was not Carson Evans.
No.
What about the big? Is the big kid
Damari Watson? Yeah, Damari's going to. Damari's going to
tough.
step in that.
Yeah, he was
killing.
I'm talking about off the dribble, catch and shoot, everything.
But I'm gonna be honest though. I'm talking about guys that we talking about 29s, ready nows. Obviously, Eli, because he looks the part. He just got the motor with Eli, and that's whatever. The motor, he just got to play hard every. Shiloh Preston.
We are so much on point. I told him that the other day. I said, bro, you gotta stop taking breaks. You gotta stop taking plays off.
Yeah. The motor with E. That's it. That's it. But I will.
He's young, so that's
right. He's young, and he's going to a school. He's gonna be thrown in the fire right away.
Like Jimmy Lynch, one of the best coaches in the city.
Right. So it's either you put up or shut up because he's going. You got to play.
That's a
fact. You got to play. So they lost a lot of guys. So but Shiloh Preston.
I've been waiting for Shiloh Preston.
Yo,
Christ the King.
That kid.
Shiloh.
Now listen. I don't want to listen. I heard something the other night about Shiloh. No, I don't want to say it on here. Maybe I'll call and
I don't know. Yeah, I know where you're going with it, but I don't know, man.
Okay, again, my ear's heavy in these streets, man.
Yeah. No, not.
So good. All right, cool. All right, we'll go past that. But he is.
Woo. Yeah, he a dog. Yeah. We got to shout out. Future Malloy PG Brian Cobles. Yeah, I don't know if you got it. Yeah,
Brian Cobles too.
Brian Cobles. Yeah, he, like Carlos Arroyo. He didn't play hard as hell. He won the dog. You 94 feet. He won guard. I think especially like I said, he's another one going to the right school. He's going to the right school where he's gonna have some opportunity. I don't want to leave BC out. He probably gonna see this, or he probably in here gonna text me after. Yo, man, why you ain't say my name, man?
Henry Collins Jr. What about Henry Collins? Henry Collins Jr.
Yes, from Philly.
Henry Collins,
from Philly, 2030, tough. Yeah. One of those Philly tough dudes. Like, Philly tough. Man, it's man. So I heard Lamar Green.
He came only one day, but Thierry Smith.
Oh yeah, Tahiri. Yes.
Yeah, he was tough. He
Speed
came
kill.
in on that Sunday and was hooping.
Yep.
He was
Lefty,
hooping.
speed kill, speedster. Yeah.
Oh yeah, y'all mentioned Damari Watson, right?
DeMar Watson, yep, had a
Yeah.
discussion.
Woo!
A problem. Yeah,
He's gonna be
problem.
a problem.
Problem.
He slimmed
Yeah.
down some. He going.
Yeah.
So do you guys now? I've my time with Mate. I really like the 2030. Isaiah, I'm kind of with you. I love a lot of the 2030s. Do you guys think 2029 is going to be a special class in the city?
Yes.
Yes. What do you think?
I do. Yeah, I do.
You do?
I do. Because I think a lot of them
yeah.
chose the right schools.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them actually. Avian. That was the right school for Avian. Cardinal, besides Little Heck, they got a couple other guards, but I think Avian have a chance. Cobles at Malloy, I think he'll have a chance in the next year or two. Obviously, Eli get thrown in the fire. Shiloh's gonna get probably thrown in the fire. Damari, I think Tristan's getting better, and Stepanek was in the gym. And they said, one of the things I was like, yo, man, how's he been looking at, summer workouts? One of the things with Tristan too was his motor, right? And the jumper.
Yeah.
And he hit some standstill joints last weekend on some just walking down guys just guarding him, and he just stand still. So I could tell he's starting to get it now and starting to understand, all right, I'm in high school, I want to play, I better get it going. So I think all these guys picked the right schools. I think that it's no overload. We were supposed to get Malachi Miller from Holy Cross.
Yeah.
We didn't get him, but he's another one, Malachi. Mm-hmm.
Todd Arrington.
Oh, I heard he was supposed to come. He was supposed to come. Yeah, he hit me last minute though. I heard.
That kid is the truth.
I heard. Yeah. He hit me last. Literally.
I gotta see it. I gotta tap in. I gotta see him.
Listen, when I tell you,
I heard
that kid is special. That kid is special. Like him and Malachi, but
it's tough.
It's tough.
Don't sleep on Brazier Nelson, baby.
Brazier Nelson. I heard about him too.
Brazier Nelson is tough too, and he can shoot that thing.
Yeah.
He can shoot that thing. But when I saw them play against Jefferson, Achievement First.
Mm-hmm.
There was St. Ray was about to lose to Achievement First. Third quarter, Coach Jorge inserted that kid, Tar Arrington, changed the whole complex of the game.
Yeah, I heard.
And he's been starting ever since.
Yeah, I heard, and I heard he got
Coach. You got a special one, like Coach. You got a special one.
Yeah, I heard he mature. Be honest. Yeah, I heard he one of those. Yeah, he one of those next guys. I heard. Yeah, I heard he was supposed to come, hit me last minute, and I was like, yo, if you could get here, But then the numbers and all. That's why if a couple of the guys didn't have no uniform at all.
Yeah.
Because they had came. It was just you know what I mean. But I got a name for y'all, Devin Bay.
Oh yeah.
Devin,
you don't gotta tell me. I know about him already.
Yeah, Devin Bay, man.
I already know about him.
The coach.
What school he going to?
He's at Holy Cross. He's been at Holy Cross.
Yeah. Say it again.
Holy Cross, man, in general. But the coach has been hitting me up, Isaiah, left and right on Devin Bay.
I know that Bay, and Turn is just my guy. We had some battles back when he was at Wings. They had some really good teams with actually Jesse Govan, who played at Georgetown with Trey played at Justin Jenkins. We beat him up in one of those national tournaments one time. But I was talking to Coach Turnage or whatever, and I was like, man, because Dev was supposed to come last year to the camp, ran into some stuff, whatever. And I was like, man, you got to get Holy Cross back on that national stage. Like, you got Wings, man. Is it going to be tough? He was like, Zay, give me a year, and they're going to be really good this year. And
we were talking about them at dinner today. We were talking very, very proud of Coach what Coach Turnage is building over there, man.
Quickly.
Yeah, quickly. He said it. He says, "Hey, give me a year." And Dad Bay and Mally and those guys. Yeah. That's impressive.
They're backcourt.
Now you got Ty Grant back on the bench with him too.
Ty Grant is crazy.
That's tough.
Hey, listen, I want to keep y'all here too long, but I definitely want to promote this, man, real quick. Hold on for a sec. Let me do this real quick. This is one of our assistant coaches restaurants where we ate at today, man. If y'all get a chance to ever go to this restaurant, please do. It's called Skinflints. All right.
Okay.
It's been around for 50 years, man. It's been around for 50 years. And I'm telling you, some of the best food, best services in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn.
Okay. All right.
Yes, definitely, man.
I'm checking it out. Matter of fact, I'm going tomorrow.
Yeah, I might.
Listen. Tiny and 530, you know, they've gone there since high school, and they was just like, man, they got the best wings. And they ordered the wings, bid it to them, and they looked at each other like, yo, these still the best wings, man. Still the best wings. So
yeah, I'm going tomorrow. I'm gonna
definitely salute to Coach Rod Bell, man. Keep doing your thing, man. I'll definitely be back, man. Skinflints for sure.
Yep.
Yo, last question before we get y'all out here, and I think this is important. I wanted to ask you guys this earlier. What do you guys think about reclassification?
Go ahead, Trey, because I got something.
Nah,
for this one.
Nah, go ahead. You go first.
I think we're in an era where if it makes sense, do it. Right. So if and I'm dealing with this every day, right? We got 5'8" two guards, right? The parents see, right, whatever from other kids, and they're like, oh, we're gonna reclass. And it's just like, nah, mom, it's just not gonna make sense. If you're in that fringe range in terms of body wise, in terms of, you know what I mean, height wise and stuff like that, you need to, I'm even encouraging it, because like we was talking about earlier, these coaches, they want the older kid now. I don't know if y'all seen that clip with Calipari. He was saying, he said something like, my guys are playing against 26, 20. That's the culture right now.
That's a fact.
So, and I know that it's crazy to say, and like, yo, why you, but me and Trey was talking about this. We've been able, like, I'm 30, I think Trey 31. We've been able to see basketball change in terms of culturally with eras at least 3 times. Remember, when we was coming up, you was like 26. Nah, man. You like what I'm saying? Now it's like, yo, we want you.
That's
or if you transfer 3 times, it was like, yo, he's a head case, he's crazy.
Yeah, he's a problem.
Whatever.
He's a problem.
Right. So now it's all of that stuff is legal. Do it. You gotta take advantage of it, because it's not costing you with scholarships. The coaches actually want the older kid now. And with all of this NIL and stuff like that, you can still get, paid and all of that stuff being an older kid. Nah, do it. But it just got to make sense. You got to be one of those kids that, like, okay, after my senior year, I had a bunch of, mid-majors, Atlantic 10s and stuff. I think I could go play in the Big East. All right, well, let me go to prep school a year, get strong, or whatever the case is. Or, if you're in that middle of the pack high school kid, you get recruited at a certain level right now, you don't really like it. Or if you like some of our middle school guys, right, where it's like, all right, I got, certain Catholic schools looking at me or whatever, but I want to Christ the Kings and the Step Next. I want to try to, all right, well, let's see a year of getting stronger, a year of, playing more against the best players in, AAU. Let's see how it translates. I think that's really the main thing about it. It just got to make sense. And body-wise, right, it got to be one of them situations where you actually can have a chance. If you one of those miniature guards, no offense, but come on, man, it don't make no sense. You know what I mean? So I think size-wise, body-wise, all of that stuff, yeah, do it, man. Because this is the era we in. They want the older kids now.
That's a fact.
They want the older kids.
Man.
I definitely agree with Isaiah on it. I think that if you're gonna reclass, you reclass and try to have a plan with it, because basketball expanding so much now. You have, like, kind of when we was coming up, Isaiah, in our era, we didn't have to really worry about kids in Europe and Asia and Australia. Now they bringing them kids over here. Some of them going to college, some of them going straight to the draft. So I think, like, if it helps you and it helps your situation, because a lot of kids is, I feel kind of bad for a lot of the high school kids, because a lot of the high school kids is, they're doing their thing in high school, but then it's like they average 20 in high school, and they got to go to junior college now. Like we was talking about, the kid from Jefferson earlier, the Spratly
Colin
kid.
Spratly, we was talking about him earlier too.
Like, I see him drop 60, 70 and stuff like that. Like you would see, like it's crazy, man, these days. Like
we said that. We said that.
Yeah, we was
If he,
just literally talking about it.
There's
yeah,
kids. There was a lot of kids last year who averaged 20 who don't have any place to go.
sad
Not
shit.
even talking to D3
Man,
school. Anything. Nothing.
I'm dead serious.
Crazy. That and
it's
see
crazy.
and that goes back to why aren't we networking into where it's like I know a couple NAIAs that'll take you. I know a couple of whatever what like there should be some type of avenue. And this is the thing I don't get about New York City, right? We put so much emphasis on the street ball side of things, and we have a lot of guys that get glorified for the street ball side of things, right? We should put some of that energy. I'm talking about the grown people right now. Some of that energy y'all put into the IG lives and making sure that these street ball guys aren't good or whatever. We should put that into networking for the youth. Like, yo, instead of
Yeah,
man,
exactly.
so for them 2 hours you being on live, man, you should be DMing some coaches. Listen, man, I got some kids right now at my high school or at a high school that I know about that I played against. They need a home. If you know somebody that knows somebody, please, we'll like, I mean, we'll send them to go work out for you. I'll pay them. I'll fly, whatever. But these kids need a home. I think
Mhm.
if we had coaches that thought more like that in New York City, some of these kids need to be going to play in NAIAs, man. There's no way. My brother did it. I'm trying to tell you, my brother did it. Best time of his life. So
Yeah.
This is why I stopped going to the pro-am games and start focusing on the kids. When we first started our tournament 4 years ago, we had a lot of people coming at us because of our space and how it is, similar to what Kingdom is.
mhm.
It was like, yo, y'all should have the pro-am. We was like, we all voted against it. I was totally against it. I was like, let's keep it the way it was, because back even before I even played there, they were it was like the Rucker for high school. So the Rucker had the pro-am, and the Brevard Basketball League had the best high school players. So when Albert King was like the #1 player in the country, he was playing in Brevard. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
The Fly
Yeah.
Williams, the Bernard King, the George Johnsons, and all those guys, they were playing there, and we wanted to keep it that way. And then now seeing that there's no more kids being put in the papers, no
Yeah.
more papers, no more news stations running them, or there's no sports channels for them anymore.
Yeah.
Said, you know what, we're gonna do this. And when I met Coach Ron Kurt and what he was doing for NYC Hoops back then, I was like, yo, we need to come together and do something for the high school kids.
Yeah.
I know I got my other podcast, the Basketball Heads, where I'm going to have both of you guys on, and you guys are going to tell your stories and whatever
For sure.
like that.
For
But I
sure.
said we need to create a space for these high school kids so they can have a platform to come on, learn how to be interviewed, learn what questions need to be answered,
Right.
being able to present yourself. We go to the games, we film the games, we do commentary on the games, we show up, and the kids love it because it's exciting. And I think that's where the energy needs to be, right?
Sure.
But what happens is we'll sit back and we'll be focused on the pro-am guys, and then the sneaker companies come in, and then they throw some sneakers and some gear, not to knock them, right? And they parade our kids around, and then they go back and leave the city to how it was.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And now we left here to pick up the pieces. And I'm glad that I met you guys, because you guys have inspired me. And I'm being honest. You guys have inspired me to make me want to work harder in this space, and also do what we can to blow you guys' situation up. And I was telling my coach today, I was like, Coach, me and my guy Brian Merkur, we're gonna become the Tom Kachowski of y'all camp.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Yeah.
the Gary Charles of your camp, right? Whatever we need to do to help blow this up to a bigger platform, and I think that's what we have to do. We have to come together like Voltron, because whatever helps y'all is gonna help us, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And it's all gonna help the kids.
For sure. Now, I just want to say, I know you're about to get on. I just want to say, I appreciate this because, man, I'm gonna be honest, right? Like, and Trey know this. I got a huge like shield up. You know what I mean? Because I think from my time back at Christ the King and stuff like that, I think a lot of people got a bad taste in their mouth about me, and it's a narrative thing, right? And I think that with this happening, and us being on this with you guys, right? I think it shows that it's beyond sometimes people's personal things, right? So like whatever people may think of me or Trey in our playing days, right? Like I'm glad you guys are doing this with us because it shows that we're beyond that. Like whatever
Of
you
course.
might have thought that happened or whatever, like nah, like I'm my energy is towards what you're seeing.
Yeah.
So I just want to use this right now to call out, and not in a bad way, but just call out people and dudes that think that it's still some type of tension or something like that, and involving me, from you guys remembering me, not you guys, but the people that I'm
Yeah.
remembering me from, whatever happened back then. Like man, I'm 30. I played some years of professional ball. I did all the things I needed to do, man. Let's really lock in on the youth in New York City. You know what I mean? I'm beyond those times. It's no bad blood with nobody. It's all good. It's all good. So I just wanted to say that real quick because I know that sometimes a narrative could be twisted and turned a little bit.
I got a little two part for you guys. So Isaiah, I wanted to ask you. I know we also called out some how you felt about some coaches. How has it been dealing with some of the programs in New York City? Me and Pooh have been supporting a lot of the PSAL and the CHSA. Like, are there any programs that have really impressed you? While you've been doing the camp, they've been reaching out, or how's it been dealing with that? And also, have you been approached by any coaches about potentially coming on staff? Is that something that maybe you'd be interested in the future of getting coaching in the leagues around here?
So for your first question, um, majority of the schools, honestly. So I've been in talks with Stepanak,
Mm-hmm.
Lehigh, obviously my Christ the King, Iona Prep,
Mm-hmm.
Holy Cross, Lincoln, Jefferson, Brooklyn Collegiate, Forest. I mean, majority of the schools in New York City have really tapped in with us.
Excellent.
Um, I think that a lot of them are doing a really good job. Like I know Iona Prep is taking it seriously. Like
Yeah.
our camp, the kids, I know that they've offered a couple kids already. You know what I mean? I know that obviously, Christ the King, Arbitello's taking it serious. He sent two coaches out both days, and they stayed majority of the time. Lincoln, I think Coach Matos understands what's at stake, and she's really on it in terms of with the future. So Stepanak was there all day Saturday, like all day, like talking to parents, like all day.
Yeah.
So I think that for us right now, like I said, I was dead serious. We are like literally the live period for middle school, and I
Mm.
think that the players that attended over the last 3 years, the coaches are starting to see it, and it's growing and it's growing and it's growing, and it's like I better get there so that way I can start my relationship with the parents.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it's no rules right now, right? This is high school level. So we've had situations where it's just literally like, listen, I like the kid. Where's mom's? All right, cool. Kids up at the school the next day. Like, but
Yeah.
that's what we want. We not like, and then that's another thing too. We aren't handlers. We aren't trying to handle the kid. I don't want listen, all I'm asking for you to do is bring your kids to the camp. The AU coaches, I don't want nothing to do after that. Listen, if you
Yep.
got some questions for us,
Mhm.
we'll help you. So that's the what I mean. That's the lane, and
Yeah.
that's the thing that I don't want people to start to think. Nah, I don't want to. I don't want nothing to do with. Where listen, if you ask me, I'm gonna help, but we aren't handlers. We aren't trying to be handlers and
Hmm.
agents. None of that. That's what we got the agents and the people that come for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that that's where it's at. And then for your second question, I've been asked to coach. I'm gonna be honest with you, the AU level, like what I'm doing right now, it's so fun. I get to
Yeah.
go to these tournaments, coach my couple teams. We win or lose, and then I get to go home, be with my daughter or whatever. I think right now I'm so comfortable with where I'm at that I could see it in the future maybe.
Yeah.
But right now I'm just kind of I'm content right now. I'm chilling right now.
Yeah.
I'm good. I get to coach my couple teams and share. Yeah, I'm good right now, man.
And then how about? And then I was gonna say my two things with Trey. What do you think about coaching? Are you gonna get more kind of into it over the next couple of years? Would you want to coach around here? And also, a second thing I want to try and do is, and I hope Isaiah is cool with this too. I also want to challenge Trey to try and bring in maybe a couple kids in the 6th grade from California next year, because you can ask
Ooh.
who. The kids in California are coming up, man. There's a lot of good players out there, and I'd love to
Mm-hmm.
kind of mix that into your camp, because I think that
Mm.
could take it to a whole nother level.
He said that too today. Wow, that's crazy. He said
Yeah,
he
that's
said
a
that.
crazy
That's
part.
wild.
For the first, for the first part, I definitely been offered some, coaching jobs and, kind of getting into that lane. I've been talking to Isaiah. We got some kind of up our sleeve that we working on. I talked to a couple high school, but I think right now I just want to. I've been, really locked in with the middle school kids, trying to guide them into high school and then kind of see where it goes. So maybe down the line, I can see, trying to get into coaching a high school. And for the second part, California, I definitely was just talking to Isaiah about that. Like literally,
Yeah,
like right before we
that's it.
got on this call, I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna get some
Love
California
it.
kids to come. I'm gonna just let them
Mm-hmm.
know a little ahead, and try to have a West Coast, East Coast thing, and you know what I'm saying." So,
Couple
no, that's
sixth
crazy that
graders,
you said
man. We'll let them grow over the next couple of years,
that.
man.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Nah,
Listen,
definitely.
we got some 31s already. Like we coming, yeah. So
Yeah.
next, don't worry. Oh yeah, it's gonna be even crazier next year. We got a 2030 kid from Connecticut, that was supposed to come or whatever. He was at another camp in
Yeah.
Virginia, that he, and I don't want to. He said he regretted going to whatever. That's all good, but he'll be there next year. I just want his name Sam Cook. Played with Riverside, plays with a Lil Heck, so he's really
Great
good.
name.
Twisting
Yeah,
the night away, Pooh.
yeah,
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. There you
yeah.
go. Wow.
Sam Cook. Yeah, so he pull it. It's a lot, and like I said, I think the way we promote it is probably one of the best because we sauce it up, right? We put the video, whatever. We use one of their little highlight videos. We do a little description so that way players understand like, oh, I might be going up against that kid. Oh, I might be. Oh, all right, cool. So I think once
Mhm.
that June July-ish time come, we be right back to it.
And listen, I
For
want
sure.
you guys to hit us up and let us know what would y'all need from us during that time as
Yeah,
well.
we
Because
got to do a
my
show there, Pooh. We
platform,
got to do like a show there or something.
Yeah, let's go.
that's definitely gonna happen.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
so mad
Definitely
because I
do.
wanted to interview you guys in there and we didn't
yeah,
have the time.
yeah.
And listen, you guys are in your groove. I didn't want to disturb y'all, man. But next year we gonna make this bigger. And whatever ideas y'all have, y'all want to run past us, we're with
Of
it.
course.
We're
For
Anything.
with
sure.
it. Just let y'all know we're locked in. And I want to say
Appreciate
this
y'all.
too. The fact that what me and B is doing for the love and wanting to help the kids, because when I talked to him, he was like, listen, I'm doing this because I want to help these kids, right?
Mhm.
At the end of the day.
Mhm.
And how you guys started, same thing. It's like, how can we help the next generation of kids that's coming up?
Yeah.
Right? Because a lot of times, we hear in these spaces that, the OGs dropped the ball or New York City ain't this, New York City that. And those narratives are out there.
Mm-hmm.
Those narratives are out
Mhm.
there. And, the only message I put out when I went up to the top 100 camp this year and being part of what they doing is like, yo, we got to step our game up, bro.
For sure. Yeah.
Because
It's
we are
Yeah,
being
man.
left behind.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
and it
saying?
start and it starts with these kids right here
That's
because
a fact.
they can't go to a lot of these guys. And I was just saying this to somebody. The problem with us is we got so much resources in New York City, and a lot of the other states look at us first,
That's
and
a fact.
we all messed up, and they look at us first. We go into situations not prepared. Simple as that. We just not
Mhm.
prepared for, for that kid from Connecticut and for that kid from Maryland that's been hitting the weight room since 7th grade and that's been, 2 and 3 times a day in the gym and that's been, we aren't prepared. We're so worried about or fixated on the street ball act like part of it. You know what I mean? Where I think that's good, but you should use that as it shouldn't be a main source. I think, sometimes,
Yeah,
you should use it, but I think it's a main source for some of these kids. And it's like, man, what about, touching the weight room a little bit? Or what about, you know what I mean? Like putting up shots, the shot still stiff or whatever it may be, playing pick and roll. Like we got to start emphasizing certain things because we coming into these situations not prepared. And then when we see, oh, yo, that kid over there, like he really got the best of me. Then we try to get prepared after the fact. Like, nah, man, we got. I mean, get prepared now. Get prepared now.
exactly.
Yo,
No,
my
I
guy,
agree.
CK from upstate, that was our other correspondent from upstate. He lets us know what's going on upstate because he's connected to all of basketball upstate.
Oh yeah, what up? What up? Yeah. Bring him through, man. Yeah.
So we definitely gotta connect up there. He said facts. Even upstate, a lot of kids have football backgrounds, right?
Yeah.
He
Mhm.
also said also letting them know the game can lead to other avenues in the game, like coaching, broadcasting, TV,
Sure.
podcasting,
Yep.
analytics, and all those things. W said absolutely. Need more focus on getting the youth to the next level. So many talented high school seniors that are Division I players, but need a chance and blueprint and proper guidance to that next level.
Yeah. That last part, proper guidance.
Exactly.
Bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Coach, look, Coach D, you know what I'm saying? I'm forgetting this.
Keep promoting it too. Yeah, for sure. We're gonna stay on it, man. We're gonna stay on it.
St.
Nah,
Edmunds,
definitely.
excuse me. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they gotta come through, man. They gotta come through. We got some. Yeah, we got some kids. We got some kids on your level too. Yeah, you gotta come through.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So look, they all tapped in, man. Todd BUK said actual factual, more networking.
Yeah.
But listen, fellas, this has been great. Whenever you guys got any ideas that want to come up and look, he said, let us know. Caden was there. He said
Yes,
Caden
was there. Caden Richards.
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Caden Richards for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. That kid got some potential too. Yeah. Caden Richards for sure.
And what we're gonna do? I got a series that I do. It's called preseason runs, where I go out to some of the top high schools. And check them out and check out the open runs, see how they develop and how their kids is kind of coming together, and to give us an idea of what to look for, far as the talent pool that's coming up, as well. So we definitely gonna be out there. I gotta check out St. Edmunds because they wasn't on our rounds last year. We're gonna go check them out because they got a few kids that's going in, man. But I like to commend you guys again. We're gonna figure this out. I'm here Tuesday, so we could do the family. We're gonna do the family basketball heads.
That one gonna be crazy.
Right? You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be crazy. And Trey, we're gonna do you as well. Pause. And you know what I'm saying? Get you guys back up here so you guys can actually tell your story. And so kids can hear this, right? And I kind of put the high school stuff and the legend stuff all on one page purposely, so when the kid going up and looking for his game, he'll bump into a Trey Dickerson, he'll bump into an Isaiah Lewis. He can see y'all stories and they can say, you know what? Wow, they made that move, so I can. Okay, he made this move. And there's some kind of blueprint, some kind of formula, right?
Exactly.
Trying to bridge the gaps, man. So, man, keep doing y'all thing, man.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy the rest of y'all Friday, and whatever we can do, man, we here to help y'all guys. So
thanks for coming on, guys.
For sure. Appreciate y'all,
I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate
no
y'all.
doubt. Great conversation.
For sure.
No doubt. Man, that was awesome. We could actually stayed on here for about 3 or 4 hours. Easy.
Listen, two guys doing it for the right reasons. They're in a great spot, and they're crucial to New York City. I think they're placing a lot of kids in great spots. And if you're a coach and you're looking for players, I mean, you got to be at that camp. You got to be talking to those guys because they got plenty of prospects looking for homes, man.
Yeah, man. This is very, very, very important, man. These guys are very important to what's going on in the city. And like you said, we got protected about any means necessary.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, man, hopefully we blow that thing up and just keep it the right way, protect it. And I really hope those guys focus on the academics. Because, Pooh, you were right, man, about looking down the road. But I could not believe how many kids, have no idea how to make that jump from 6th, 7th, 8th grade even into high school. I
That's a
mean,
fact.
it's blown me away, and I'm sure those guys could have talked about it forever. But a lot of parents are just uneducated about the process and have no idea what to even do. I mean, we used to go into camp with when I was at St. Anthony's. We had a whole packet of letters for
Right.
kids that just showed up to camp that didn't take the test.
Wow.
That would have to fill out an application, right there, man.
That's important. And look, again, there's no real rules against that. You know what I'm saying? So the faster we can get these kids involved into these schools, the better. You know what I'm saying?
And like they said, fit is so important, especially these days. And you talked about the high school portal. I mean, we need this 2029 class to be good. We talked about all these guys, Ty Turnage, Brandon Soares playing as freshmen. It's going to be another cycle of that. A lot of 29s are going to be in that lineup, man.
And what happens if all these kids leave the city?
Right.
Exactly. And people are talking about that. Man, this is crazy. Well, next week we're gonna have. Let me get here real quick. Coach Andre Faison from the Elite. Gonna call this the Elite. Excuse me, real quick. The Elite Training for Students and Athletes. Right, that school that we talk about, New Rochelle. We're gonna have them up next week, and we're gonna start to preview our top program from around the city and get into our top 20. Right?
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, I wonder who won tonight between St. Ray's and Cardinal Hayes.
Let's and we might have Coach Jay David on, right, Pooh?
Yes. Oh, that's right. Let's make sure we make that happen.
Yeah, I gotta get Coach Jay David on. Talk about Lehigh.
Right.
By the way, top 25 rankings been dropping for high school. Lehigh and Stepanak in that top 25, baby.
Wow.
How about those Crusaders and Coach?
Already.
Matt? Oh yeah.
Let me see if did they have it. Let me see, did they drop anything? Did they? Nope, they didn't drop it. I will figure out in a few. Hold on. Let me make a call real quick before we get off this air. Because we need to figure out who won. Right?
Oh yeah.
We can figure out who won real quick. Before we get out of here.
And set it up, Pooh. Who's shaking down? What's the championship?
Look, it was Cardinal Hayes versus St. Ray's. Tiny, who won?
I don't know.
You don't know? That was the championship. I'm gonna say, who you think won? All right, I'm gonna call you back, Tiny.
Right there. Come on.
Huh?
I thought our point guard was coming through right there, Coach.
Yeah. Because I thought he went, but he didn't go.
I think Ray's gonna win, man. Your boy Todd Arrington, man.
Man, I don't even know if they played it. Because the game is not up. I just see Cardinal Hayes at Holy Cross. I don't see the championship game.
You sure it's tonight? Damn.
Yeah, unless they I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll make some calls. Hey, Coach. Oh, we got it. Thank you. I knew it. BZ Consultant, appreciate you. Rage 1.
That's right, baby.
Yes. Thank you, BZ.
Coach
appreciate
Lopez strikes again.
There you go. And look, besides Stepanak, they will be sitting at number 2. So we just want to put that out there.
Okay, Pooh. Throw it out there.
I'm gonna just throw it out there. I always usually give that next slot to the team who wins smart ball, because all the teams are in it and they get to compete. And I know what they look like, so they're gonna be tough.
Oh yeah. No rebuilds for Coach Lopez and the Ravens, man. They are ready to rock.
And I wonder did Lewis play, because Lewis didn't play the other night.
Yeah, a lot of rumors going around with Mr. Lewis Carrillo Moss. We got to see what's happening.
I don't know. We'll see. Well, listen, next week we got two great coaches coming through, and we also are going to preview our top 20 players and programs in the city and throughout.
Let's go, baby. Can't wait. Season 3 is underway. Hoops is back. It's September already, man. Crazy.
That's right. That's right. High School Basketball Weekly Season 3, baby. We here. Coach, peace.
Peace.
No doubt.